So, Stripe. I want people to keep in mind that there are at least 2 bad guys in this.
Ooh.
Neither of these make any fucking sense to me as a Kickstarter creator. Can I just say that? I'm going to say that up front. None of this makes sense. We'll get into why as we get into the story, but I want to preface this by saying this doesn't make any sense to me.
Earlier this week, the popular crowdfunder announced a crackdown on adult comics, or the ever-growing industry of selling sex-fueled spicy comics through the website. Seemingly in response to pushback from Stripe, its current payment processor, Kickstarter decided not to nut up and get another fucking payment processor, of which there are hundreds to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Kickstarter instead will just put sand in their crack and no longer allow creators to sell sex-adjacent content on their campaign pages. So, for the record, blatant nudity and sex acts have never been allowed on the platform, with creators being able to blur and censor the naughty bits. Now, new rules are in place to prohibit implied nudity entirely. Jesus Christ, it's like going to church.
I was going to say, these people must shower with their clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
They're never nudes.
Yep.
Never nudes. So yeah, it prohibits implied nudity entirely, or even folks in scantily clad clothing. Yep. Kickstarter's new rules page, any art containing implied nudity where the subject is wearing lingerie, fetish wear, or clothing that is see-through or very tight, there's comic books. Or shows human genitalia. Well, there's Batman gone. We've seen his penis. Let's see, that very tight or shows human genitalia, the anus or the nipple areola of a female breast, because we've got to have a pound of misogyny, will cause a project not to be allowed to fund on the platform. Furthermore, any attempt to blur, censor, or otherwise edit the image to a cover is also a violation of the new rule set. All right, go ahead.
These books make a lot of money. I barely make my fundraising goal every time I do a Kickstarter. Every time. I barely make my fund. It's piking it in every time. I would love to hit my stretch goal, and we'll talk about that in the next segment. But I barely make my money, and most books like mine barely make their money. Any comic that has the nudity or the sex scenes and puts a preview up, edited, censored, so you don't see naughty bits, makes bank. I've seen some make up to $100,000 just selling this stuff. Kickstarter gets a percentage of that. Their percentage from me is not paying salaries. It's barely paying anything. Their percentage from those books will pay a salary. Fucking guarantee it. Stripe gets a percentage of those sales of the card processing. They're making more money from those books than they're making from books like mine. So why the fuck? This doesn't make any sense to me. Please explain to me, in a post-capitalist society where everything is for sale, why this is an issue now. What the fuck, Christian Right? What the fuck is this about? I don't get it. I just don't understand. These make money. Honestly, I'm actually writing a book that would have this kind of stuff just to make money. That was my whole goal. It's actually a really good book, so I'm not embarrassed by it, but at the same time, it's like, this would make money for me, more money than than Shaolin Nun is making for me. And now here's Kickstarter going, oh no, you can't have that. You can't show anything on the screen. It's like, fuck me.